Hey, this is TimCub, and I'm back with another installment of TimCub's Tastings. This time I'm trying some Block 50 Shiraz from 2005. As many of you probably already know, Shiraz is typically grown in Australia, and this is no exception. This is a 2005 bottle of Shiraz from the Central Ranges of Australia. Meanwhile, I did have some of it last night, so it's been sitting for about 24 hours now, mainly in my refrigerator. I have to admit, when I tried it last night, I have to admit I really didn't enjoy it so much until about the third glass of it or so. So meanwhile, when I tried it last night, I distinctly tasted what I thought was leather and some black tar, oddly, and a little bit of fruit. I know Shiraz is supposed to be famed for its fruit bomminess, especially Australian Shiraz. However, the fruit was a little tough to find through the leather and black tar in this. Ultimately, I think I did find some plum and raspberry, but it was also, I found it very hot. It's 13.5% alcohol, which is a little bit high for wine typically. But anyway, I'm gonna open this here in front of you and pour some out for you to see if it's changed any in the last 24 hours. A screw top bottle, and I love it, mainly because I can drink half the bottle and save the rest for later. That's the back of the bottle. Meanwhile, I'll turn it around so you can see the front of it. But again, this is Block 50 Shiraz from 2005. And anyway, here we go. We'll open it up and pour some out. See if I can do this one-handedly. There we go. And it has been opened already. Ordinarily, you can't open fresh bottles with just one hand. But since I did open this last night, we'll try this now. All right, I'm going to pour some out. And again, this just came out of my fridge a little while ago. So we'll see how this goes now. All right. Smelling a little better than it did last night. Again, this has sat for a while. Let's see here. I'm still getting a little dark fruit, a little bit of leather. We'll see how this tastes. Now, it's not tasting quite so dreadful as it did last night, I have to admit. Last night, when it was first open, it was just wretched. But today, it's actually tasting almost tasty. And I find that a little funny, really. But I guess that's what happens when wine sits for a little while after you've opened it. It just tends to evolve. But last night it was all tannin, and today it's a little. You can taste a little bit of the tannins. It tastes a little bit of black tea, a little bit. But I'm getting some pomegranate on the nose and what else? On the finish, it's a little bit cranberry, actually. Which is not at all unpleasant. I actually almost kind of like this now. And I have to admit, that's a complete 180 from last night. Let's see. It's not nearly quite as hot. And I chalk that up to it still being a little bit cool. I did take it out of my refrigerator not too long ago. It's actually almost kind of tasty. I'm a little surprised how much this has evolved in the last 24 hours. Again, this is the Block 250, I'm sorry, Block 50 rather, Block 50, 2005 Shiraz. And it's actually not so bad. So go ahead and try it. What I do recommend doing with it is decanting it for a little while, especially after you open it immediately. Because I can tell you that first glass that I had last night was just truly wretched. But yeah, as you can see, as I tasted it tonight, it's actually kind of pleasant after having evolved. So I do recommend letting it sit for a while or opening it, pouring a little bit into it, let it sit for a while, and then put the rest in your refrigerator to sit for a while. But again, I don't not recommend it. But I have to admit, I have had some better Shirazes. But by all means, do try some Block 50 2005 from Australia.